Is Phemex safe? So we're creating this tutorial on Phemex because I know a lot of you are typing that phrase into YouTube and Google, and a lot of you are typing in things like, is Phemex a scam, or is it safe to trade crypto on Phemex? So I'm going to try and address this question from several different perspectives so that you have a full understanding of what your risks are if you're trading on Phemex. I'd like to talk about the risks of trading in general if you're new to trading. I'd like to talk about Phemex's reputation in the industry. And then finally, I'll talk about some of the pros and cons of Phemex relative to other exchanges and why you might want to use it or not use it depending on what type of trading you're doing. So before we get started, I really appreciate it if you would scroll down and support the channel by giving us a blue thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and hit all. We also really appreciate it when you use the affiliate links down below, or if you want to make a small donation to the channel. All proceeds from this channel support infrastructure projects in the conscious community we are building in Costa Rica. So your support really helps us do projects that provide a lot of jobs and resources in the area. So let's talk about trading in general. Is trading safe, right? Because everything you do, any kind of investment you might ever make, involves risk. Even doing a guaranteed investment certificate in a bank involves risk. In the last 20 years, I don't know how many banks or major institutions we've seen go under. So anytime you make a decision about your money, you are making a decision that involves risk. That said, trading involves more risk than most investments. Most trading houses that post their stats will tell you that 80% of traders lose money in trading. That's because there's three key things involved in trading. You got to learn to understand technical analysis and when to place a trade. You also need to understand the overall scenarios that might be affecting the price action. Like we all know, if Elon Musk posts a tweet, it's going to affect the price of Bitcoin. You also need to understand trading psychology and mindset. And on Conscious Crypto Traders, we think this is the most important element of understanding risk when it comes to knowing whether or not it's safe to trade. Because your mindset will trip you up every time. People get worried about missing out on a trade and they enter trades at inappropriate moments, or they have a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and they don't enter when they should, or they get out when they shouldn't. And those are the kinds of actions that causes traders to lose a lot of money. That's why at Conscious Crypto Traders, we focus a lot on mindset and psychology. And we've even got big events we do every year around being conscious in your trading to support you in understanding the breakthroughs you need in mindset and psychology to become one of the upper 1% of profitable traders. So when we're talking about risk with respect to trading, one of the things I like about Phemex is that it does allow you to have practice demo accounts. So there's a video on how to set up demo accounts with Phemex later in this playlist. And I highly recommend, even if you're new to Phemex but an experienced trader, and especially if you're new to trading, set up a demo account and practice account for a while, because there are things on every platform that will vary from other platforms you've used. And it's important to understand how a platform works so you're not making silly little mistakes that trip up live trades that will have you lose money. So let's talk about Phemex's reputation in the industry. Phemex is one of the preferred exchanges for a lot of crypto traders because they do have a premium account that allows no fees for spot trading. So a lot of traders who are doing spot trading prefer Phemex. In fact, I use Phemex for my spot trading because it is one of the simplest and easiest exchanges to use for spot trading. You'll see a lot of YouTube personalities talking about Phemex. And as far as I'm aware, there are no major issues that have happened with the Phemex exchange that have caused it to have any issues with its reputation or any reasons why you'd need to be concerned with trading on Phemex. The next thing you want to think about when you're considering whether an exchange is safe is it an A-book exchange or a B-book exchange? A-book exchanges provide their own funding for leverage trading. B-book exchanges use an external funding source for providing leverage. In other words, if you're trading with an A-book exchange and you do leverage trading, you're borrowing money from the exchange to do the leverage trading. If you're using a B-book exchange, you're borrowing money from another institution. Now, this distinction might not seem important, but in the case of an A-book exchange, the exchange does not want you to win the trade because it means they lose money. In the case of a B-book exchange, where a third party is providing the funding, the exchange only gets paid when you borrow the money. So in that case, the exchange has more incentive for you to want to win your trades. So there is speculation among YouTubers that A-book exchanges do a certain amount of trading against the people on their exchange. That's why some YouTubers will talk about trading only on B-book exchanges like Prime XBT because they believe they're safer. There isn't a lot of concrete evidence on whether this particular issue is true or not, but there are a number of experts on YouTube talking about it, so it is something to be aware of. When I'm on an A-book exchange, I make sure I'm a little more cautious with my trades, and if I'm using really tight stop losses, I'm very aware that I could get wicked out very easily. The final issue you want to consider when you're thinking about safety with any exchange is, are you doing some kind of trading where you're going to be giving someone else an API to your account? Some of the robot sites ask you for an API so that their robot will work with your account on that site. And some of the copy pro trader sites ask you for an API so that they can execute trades copying a pro trader on those sites. Anytime you're giving out an API to your account, that's the equivalent of giving someone your password. So just be aware that's not necessarily an issue with Phemex, but you could be putting your account at risk because the third party you've given the API to now has the ability to hack your account. So just be aware of that. Make sure if you ever are giving out an API that it is a trusted source and you really have checked them out. So hopefully that's enough to give you a good sense of whether or not you want to start trading on Phemex. If you are, we've got lots of tutorials coming up. So thanks for supporting the channel with the thumbs up, the subscribe, and clicking the notification bell. We'll see you in the next video.